pager. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. And just checking in. Wanted to kind of give you guys an update on where I am with my crochet. So I finished the I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's an anime character. It's a gift that I made for one of my sons-in-law. And I'll put a picture probably over here. I've been posting on my Instagram, Paige Loves Pumpkins, and in my YouTube community posts, pictures of what I've been making lately. So I'll just briefly kind of show you live and talk about those things again here. But the anime character, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I will be the first to admit that I should have used yarn under, especially on his face, on his head, because you can see the stuffing. So because it's a gift going to someone who's not a child, I'm okay with leaving it the way it is. I would not feel comfortable selling it. I would not feel comfortable asking someone to give me their money in exchange for that, knowing that it could go to a child, not knowing what kind of life that object would live and how it would hold up. But yeah, lesson learned that, well, I mean, I suppose if I hadn't stuffed the head as firmly, it might not be as big of a deal, but I used worsted weight. The tutorial, I think they're using milk cotton, which is a thinner, I believe a thinner yarn. Anyway, I'm totally fully aware that you can see the stuffing, but I believe that he'll still love it. He'll be very surprised. And yeah, it's going to be a good gift. He's going to love it. He's in storage, the gift, along with the other two crochet gifts I made. So I have purchased gifts for my 6 children and one of my daughters-in-law. And then I made gifts for both my sons-in-law and the other daughter-in-law. So the only gifts I have, and I've purchased my sister's gift, my brother-in-law's gift. I'm talking Christmas, if I haven't mentioned that. My sister's gift, my brother-in-law's gift, my nephew's gift. So the only 3 people left on my list are my 2 granddaughters. They're young children. And my friend who lets me park on her property at nighttime. I'm waiting till closer to Christmas to get my granddaughter's gifts. Although I have been kind of accumulating some things for one of them, because I know she'll like those things at that age as well. She'll be 7 by next Christmas comes around. And then the gal where I park, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I usually just fill a gift bag full of different goodies. Some things that are edible and some things that are useful and that kind of thing. Not too worried about those things. So, and I think I said in my last video that I hadn't started using my Soho Squishy plush yarn to make my holiday mini market items, because I wanted to finish the anime character and get the worsted weight, the Super Saver put away, which I did go through the van and gather up yarns that I know I won't be using for my next, you know, kind of crochet efforts, which is making the holiday mini makes. So, you know, I was expecting to, once I got the anime character done, that I would mentally go, okay, I can't wait to start the mini makes. But my Crojo is taking a vacation right now. I don't think I crocheted at all yesterday, which is so weird for me. I usually crochet something every day, or do some crochet work on a project. But that's okay. I think what I've come to believe about when your Crojo seems to be taking a break is to not worry about it. Go with it. You know, it'll come back. So let me show you some of the other things I've made with primarily Red Heart Super Saver. I made this up. This is when I still had my Crojo a week or so ago, and just felt like making something. So I reached in the bag, and whatever color came up, which happened to be gray, I started, and he's kind of a gumdrop shape. And then I gave him some weird hair and some kind of Jellycat inspired legs. I don't know if I'm going to put a key ring on him yet. I haven't decided, but I've named him Pip, and he has child safe eyes. So that's Pip. And why don't I just explain? Here's another thing I wanted to explain. Okay, so pricing. Originally, my goal was to have everything be at the same price. I'm a little concerned that I so I'm thinking in my head $5 items, just all $5 items. Kids could buy them. Parents with, you know, more than one kid could buy, you know, more than one. Stocking stuffers, you know, just all one price. Everything's the same. And I might still do that. However, these worsted weight little things, from what I've gathered watching lots of market crocheters do recaps and preps and stuff, is that in the mind of the buyer, especially ones who don't crochet, maybe only ones who don't crochet, size, you know, should affect price. Whereas these two items probably take about the same amount of time, but someone's not going to want to pay as much for this as they would for that, because this is bigger, right? So you know, if I've got this for $5, which I'll get to that in a second, and this for $5, I just don't think that's going to go over too well. So here's my thinking. I could have a $5 price range. So like Pip, where's the goldfish? Oops. I'll have to show you my thing here. The goldfish. I showed that last time. You know, small things, which I think adding a key ring allows you to put another $1 or so on the price. Just in the mind of the buyer, for some reason, I think that even though the little key thing doesn't cost $1, I think you can easily add an extra $1 at least to the price tag. However, I don't see charging more than $5 for this, even though it has a key ring. So I'll probably, the little things, I just kind of freehanded this little mushroom. Put a key ring on Pip, and my thinking is the small worsted weight things, I could say $5, but then the larger things, $7. I don't know. 7 or like 2 for $12 or something like that. Okay, a couple other things I made. This is a free pattern on Instagram by amigurumi_joys. So I made a little gray mouse, and then I made a little white mouse. And I could put a key ring on that. And I could have the necessary tools with me and ask people, do they want the key ring off? And I could take it off if they don't think they could do it themselves. Yeah, so I don't know, that's kind of what I'm thinking now. Or I could try and, this is my own design, I call him a mini monster. I could, it's just, it's hard to make small items in the blanket yarn. It's harder. So yeah, I don't know. Did I showed a picture. This is hoof foot. Hoof foot is done. This is my design, hoof foot. He's done. My pattern notes are a big mess. They're on all different pieces of paper and everything. I'm still deciding if I want to bother with a pattern. I mean, I could see definitely doing either a free pattern or a free tutorial maybe. I do want to figure out how to make him smaller, and maybe keep this one for myself. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Yeah, so so the chickens, the little pocket chickens, that's probably the next thing I'm going to focus on, is getting those done. I have 24 little pocket chickens started in worsted weight yarn. I do have all of their safety eye, the pokey part on the inside, I do have all of those melted, so they're ready for the next step, which is stitching up part of it so that you can then stuff it and the stuffing will stay in. Stuff them, finish stitching, then stitch the what's that called? Why can't I think of it? The red comb, the red comb on the top, and then the beak on, because they're so little. Where are they? I don't know where they are. I showed them in my last, ouch. Anyway, the beak is just double strand of Red Heart saffron, and I just do one stitch, and the two strands kind of make a little top beak and top and bottom part. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So making this video is kind of helping me get my Crochet back, because now I have a direction to get started in again. I was just kind of feeling, you know, between between modes there. So I'm going to focus on getting the chickens done. I don't know how I'm going to price them. I probably will put keychains on them. But yeah, I mean, I got to remember, I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing this to make a big profit or anything like that. Just for fun. What was I going to say? There's something else I was going to say. Oh, and then once I get the chickens done, then I'm going to transition into the Soho Squishy and my plan for all the mini makes, which I showed this frog. This is a free tutorial on YouTube. I'll probably put a key ring on him, and I'll just make sure everyone knows that if they don't want the key ring, it's not hard to take it off, or I could even take it off for them. Yeah, and just go down my list. I think I have about 30 animals. Let's see if I can find my... Well, that's what I was... See, I had all my notebooks trying to find my plan. Where's my plan? Oh, here. No. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Frogs, turtles. Ouch. And we're talking, you know, little, like bag buddy size. Frogs, turtles, pocket chickens, pigs, Highland cows, kittens, puppies. I have all the patterns for these, like, you know, Poggy's Place, all from Jade. I did a pattern roundup talking about all these and giving links to the patterns. Hamster, mice, axolotl, octos, excuse me, dolphins, sharks, whales, stingrays. I live in California, so ocean animals are, you know, a popular thing. Whereas mallard ducks, I would be surprised if mallard ducks were super popular where I am, because they're not a common animal around here. Penguins. I've got bluebirds here, but I might do little parakeets, a little cockatiel. I do have a pattern. It's a Poggy's Place pattern for those. Owls, capybara, spiders, hippos, elephants, aliens, my hooffoot, little dinos. Yeah, and just kind of go down the thing there, go down the list and try and get them made to do a little one-time market in November, toward the end of sometime in November or toward the beginning of December is my goal. If they don't sell, if it's, you know, a flop, then I will have thoroughly enjoyed making them and everything. And I got a really cool idea from Amy of Hooked on Wishing last year. She talked about making little cute fun things and putting them in little free libraries for people to have. So worst case, I could give, you know, I could save them for grandkids, of course. But if I've got them coming out of my ears and I need other outlets for them, then there's always little free libraries. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my crochet. Trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think of anything. Yeah. So, okay, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. And I hope that you're having a good day or evening and that you're getting to do some crochet or whatever it is you love to do. All right, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.